welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you guys use the library, but I do, and I always put books in my wish list, and then for some apparent reason I'm on a wait list, and sometimes all my books, I get called for all the books that I have on hold. So I have 16 books out from the library. Of course, I probably won't be able to read all of these in 3 weeks, but I'm going to show you what I have out from the library. So this is called a library haul. So, okay. So the first book that I have out from the library that I have due in 3 days, and I picked it. I can't renew it anymore because it's a new release and I can't renew it because there's a hold on it. So I actually picked it up and I started reading it. I'm on page 60 already, and I am reading The Replaced, and this is book 2 of The Taking by Kimberly Durding. Now, I loved book 1, The Taking. I read it really quickly. I really liked it. It's about a girl that's found behind a dumpster, and she loses 5 years of her life. She comes back to her family, and she misplaced 5. She never aged. She's 16 years old. She's supposed to be 21, but she's still 16. And I really loved the first book. And I really anticipated reading this one. This is called The Replaced. It's kind of a sci-fi, a young adult book, and I got up to page 60. I'm not really enjoying this one as much as I enjoyed the first one, so I'm going to try to trudge along and read more and see if it picks up a little, but I'm a little disappointed. So that's the first book. The second book that I have out from the library is a book that I had on hold for a long time. I was on a wait list for a very long time. I finally got called to pick it up, and it is a new adult book, Beautiful Bastard. So I know this is new adult, so this has a lot of sexy times in it. That's all I know about, and the author's name is Christina Lauren. So I was on a wait list for a very long time, and finally they called me, and I just picked it up from the library. Okay. The next book is a new release. It just came out, and I was on a wait list, and I got In the Unlikely Events by Judy Blume. Now, Judy Blume was like my favorite author when I was really young. I loved her books. I used to read her middle grade books, and she was my favorite author. I read, I think, one book of hers that was adults, and I don't remember what it was, but it was a long time ago, and I picked this one up, and I can't wait to read this one. So this is a new release that just came out. It's adult. That one's adult. The next book I'm reading for Book Explosion. I'm hoping to read this one. Now, Jessie the reader said that the book they chose, we do not have to read the first one, but I do. This is a sequel to the first book, and this is what I picked up from the library. It's called Off the Page, and they're reading this for Book Explosion. This is from Jodi Picoult and her daughter Samantha Van Leer. This is book 2. Now, book 1 is this one, which I own. It's Between the Lines is book 1. Now, he's saying that I don't have to read book 1 to read book 2, so I don't know. So, we'll see. I'm going to see. I can read the first one because I own it, so we'll see what happens. But I do have this one out from the library. Okay, the next book I also have out is an adult book. It's a new release. It's called The Liar by Nora Roberts. The Liar. So I don't know what it's about, but it's a new release, and I was on the wait list, and they called me to pick it up. So that's the next one. The next book I have out from the library is a nonfiction book, and this one is a summer read. I had a summer reading list, and I put some of these books in to see if I could read them during the summer, and this is one of them that I chose. It's called The Real Thing, Lessons on Love and Life from a Wedding Reporter's Notebook by Ellen McCarthy. This is a nonfiction book. So I picked this one up from the library. The next one, a teacher told me to get this one and to read it. It's called Americanah by Chimamanda. I can't say the name, the author's name. This is an African American book. So, and one of the teachers, actually Justin's teacher, recommended that I pick this up and read it during the summer. So it is a fat book. So we'll see if I pick this up or not. The next book is a book 2 of a sequel, and I read book 1 already, and I think I only gave it 4 stars. This is, the book 1 was called Rebel Belle, so I got Miss Mayhem was book 2, and this is a YA book, so this is book 2. Book 1, as I said, I gave it 4 stars. Okay. The next one, I'm not sure I'm going to like this one. A lot of people said that they didn't like it, so I might not even pick it up and read it, but I have Magnolia by Maria Davana Headley. And it is blurred by Neil Gaiman, so that's pretty interesting. It says, is a firecracker. She's whip smart with a heart, and she writes like a dream. And that was by Neil Gaiman. So, we'll see. I picked up that. The next book is, I think, a contemporary, but I'm not sure. This was my top new releases for June. I have Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. So, I just wanted to see if if the font was big or not. The font is like normal size, so it is a fat book. Okay. The next book I have out is David Balducci. I wanted to read this, and I think I got this in large print, which is so much better to read. It's a fat book, but it's in large print. I got Memory Man. And I really wanted to, I almost bought this at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, let me just get it from the library. I have it in large print. Yay! So we'll see if I like it or not. So that's that one. The next one is a book that was on the summer reading list. And I have no idea what this one's about. And it's called My Sunshine Away by M.O. Walsh. So I have no idea what this one's about, but it was on the summer reading list, and I requested it from the library. The next book is a new release, The Secrets We Keep by Tricia Leva. That's this one. This was just released recently. It says Twin Sisters, A Fatal Accident, A Devastating Lie, and Which Girl Will Survive. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, I have a lot more here. I had more books underneath, so I didn't know. Okay, so I have more books. This one was also on the summer reading list, and it's called Rules of Civilty. Civilty by Amor Towles. This was on the summer reading list, so I have no idea what this is about, but I requested it from the library. The next book is about 40-year-olds, which I really wanted to read about, and it's about friendship, and I got Beach Trip by Kathy Halton. And this is like a summer beach read, so I wanted to read this one. So the next book was also on the summer reading list. Love Walked In by Marissa de los Santos. And I have no idea what it's about, but it was on the summer's reading list, so I picked that one up. And I have a graphic novel. It's a manga, actually. And I have the first book from the Attack of Titan out from the library because I wanted to check it out and see what it's all about. A lot of people say they like this one. So before I stop buying all the mangas to it, I like to read it from the library to see if I really like it. So I got that one to try out. And I have 2 more books in this bag here. I picked this one up because everybody is reading this on YouTube, and I figured I want to try it and see what all the hype is about. It's The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and I actually had this out on audio, and I started to listen to it. I just was not into it. It just wasn't interesting to me, so it wasn't keeping my interest. So I don't know. A lot of people like this and gave it 5 stars, so I might have to try physically reading it because the audiobook was not working for me. So we'll see. And the last book that I have in here, and I got it in large print. Yay! And I really like this because I just flipped through it, and the pages and the chapters are really short, so I'm hoping that I will like this one. It's a David Balducci book again, and it's called The Innocence. Now, I think that this is book 1 of the hit, but I'm not quite sure. I will look it up when I do my video or editing. But I think I bought the hit, and the problem was I didn't have book 1. So I took out book 1 from the library, and so I could read this one first, then read the hit. I think I will look it up, and I will put a blurb on the bottom. So this was the last book that I picked up from the library. So I have a lot of books out from the library, and we have 1 more week of school, so I will be reading. Sorry about my finger. We have 1 more week of school, and then once school is out, I will be able to read a lot more. So so in the next, these books I have out for 3 weeks, so I'm hoping that I can read them if they're interesting. So I am starting with The Replaced, and that's what I'm reading right now. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. If you have read any of these books and you recommend that I read it, because I might not get to all of these, I might return them. So if you recommend me read something here, just let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. See you in another video. Bye.